is falling. The sky is falling. Ah! Ah! Doc, the sky is falling. Because the U.S. basketball Olympic team for the men's side lost.
I don't know. Like I said, whenever I look at the scores, man, I never really know what the heck is going on. But what's up, boyo? How you doing?
Doing pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Beta Box Friend. It is Monday, and this is primarily focused on the Olympics because it happened.
Which we thought it wasn't
So
going to
we're going to
happen.
give it
So
some love today. And we're going to start off with I am the Professor John Gotti. And that guy over there, oh, he want that guy with that ponytail and cowboy hat to come back, but he's Doc, the God.
Ponytail Brock. Oh yeah. Hashtag Ponytail Brock. Doc said it first. Stockholm syndrome. So yes, Professor John A. Gotti, the king of Anji, the troll master of the data analyzer, ninja, the conqueror of his own fate, the newly claimed Terminator, the cleaner.
Best podcasting machine. Tranquilo. Doc el ídolo. How are you?
Doing better than the men's team, I guess.
Obviously, you are a fan of Missionary.
Wow.
What? They go out there, they do some good things for the world. What are you talking about?
I guess they do. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Evan Fournier. That's what we're really here to talk about.
The disrespect?
I think it's more than disrespect.
And how the NBA is played versus how international ball is played.
Yeah, I think it's more than disrespect because I think I saw a meme that said, I don't know if Damian Lillard actually said this, but I mean, it was a meme where it showed him and he's like, yeah, he's never played a day in his life like this in the NBA. But it's like, I think this is the point where they have to realize that it's more than just money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think if the world or if the NBA played more like the world, you know, and you take away some of the money aspect of it, I think basketball probably would be better. I mean, honestly, I haven't watched too much FIBA or too much international basketball, but
It's
you
great to
would have
watch,
to,
by the way.
I was say you'd have to correct me if there are as much flopping happening in international basketball.
No.
The theatrics are, you know, I mean, obviously in the NBA, you could see the game has evolved to mirror that of the international players, you know, the
Of
Euro
course.
step and some of the other things that have been done. But some of the other things are just unacceptable. And clearly they're not working in international play.
Nope.
Now, I sent you a clip of the last 40 seconds of the game against France, in which we saw, I think, 2 or 3 straight 3-point attempts to take the lead on a 2-point, like they were down 2 points. And it was no reason to take the three over and over and over. I didn't really understand it. Tie the game, play actual defense, and let's move on.
So I'm glad you said that word. Say that word again. You know
Play
which word I'm thinking
actual
about.
defense.
You know which word. Come on, don't be a scrum bag and say
Yeah,
the word.
actually, play actual defense.
Because that's what was lacking, folks. I love the fact that immediately after this loss, people are saying, "Oh well, if LeBron was still there,
Oh yeah.
or if Kobe was that right there
Mm-hmm.
speaks on what's wrong with American basketball today."
Yeah, I think somebody said Kobe was rolling in his grave. I think I heard.
Yeah,
Like
that, those reactions speaks in volumes of what's wrong with American basketball today.
I even seen one that said they should have brought Melo back. Isn't that rough?
It's rough. It's rough. So Kevin Durant was in foul trouble. That's one
Hmm.
thing that was hurting him. The second thing that was hurting him was, so at one point in the game, France went with a dual big lineup with Rudy Gobert,
Sure.
and they couldn't stop him because the tallest person on the court, I believe, was Kevin Durant. Bam
Right.
Adebayo's not that tall,
He's
if you
not. He's
really
about
think
six
about
eight,
it.
6'9". Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
he's defending Rudy Gobert, and Gobert is unleashing his offensive arsenal that people in the NBA who watch the NBA has no clue about. But people
Yeah.
who
Because he
watch
doesn't.
FIFA do. People who watch
Yeah. Because he doesn't
Euroball
play
do.
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Because
he's
they
over
can't. I
here
mean,
doing
yeah.
spin moves on Bam Adebayo, making him look like a scrub. This
And
is a
again,
totally different beast, folks.
yeah, exactly. And that's
Okay,
what I was
not
about to
I'm not talking
say.
about Rudy Gobert. I'm talking about Olympic basketball against international. It's a totally different game.
Hmm.
But people only focus on the last 30 seconds. Yes, they kept clanging. But if someone made a three,
Oh
it would be
yeah,
a totally different situation.
completely. Like I said, I just felt that this wasn't Greg Popovich basketball. I don't know what they were thinking they were doing, but it was no good.
I mean, honestly, like people keep talking about, well, the dream team and the redeem team
Oh
and all this
God.
stuff. You want me to tell you what they had? It wasn't the fact they had all these stars. It wasn't the fact that they all had offensive, studs out there. It's because they're missing two things. One, defensive mentality. I don't see that. And two, you got to have heart.
You have to. And I think defensively, I know that they've had some injuries, and I'm not gonna
I ain't gonna
downplay the
lie, I did
injuries.
have a great chuckle when Drew Holiday did a step back three.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
oh, Doc would have been pissed watching that.
It's so dumb. Like I could see if he was like great at them, but he's not great at it.
No, he sucked at it.
So yeah, it just makes me so upset that he does it. But I don't know if this is time to hit the panic meter. I don't know how it works. Do they still
The
have a
problem is people
chance?
people are gonna hit the panic meter. This even it doesn't matter. Like they're gonna hit the panic meter either way because America shouldn't lose, and that's a
So what?
terrible mentality to have.
So what happens at this point? Are they out of gold contention? Like, what exactly happens?
They could still be in goal contention. They would need to win out,
Hmm,
and still win their block. So they could still be within contention. They just need to, not lose anymore.
gotcha. Well, let's stick with basketball. I don't want to talk about that U.S. team anymore. Let's talk about a growing sport that not growing sport, but a growing trend that although we've been doing for a long time back in the hood of Jersey City, uh, 3-on-3 basketball,
Mm-hmm.
newly added event to the Olympic Games. Uh, Saw our first competition. You got a chance to watch it. I know we have some games also this Wednesday, which should be awesome. But some games have already been played. How did you feel about it so far?
I enjoyed the fact that it was continual action. Like there wasn't really a lot of breaks. So, and for those who played 3-on-3 basketball, and shout out to those out there at A Court in Lincoln Park, Jersey City, New Jersey.
Hmm.
Uh, Offensive team scores a bucket, they get the ball back, you check the ball, and you're able to distribute. If the
Make it
offensive
take
team
it.
misses and the defensive team get the rebound, they have to clear it unless it's air ball, then they have the offensive possession. That's how we usually play. It's different
Make it
here.
take it. Hmm.
So if the offensive side makes a basket, it's the defense ball. But
Okay.
there is no checking of the ball. The defense grabs the rebound and they have to take it out and then be able to become the offensive player. Meanwhile, the defense can actually steal the ball. So there's no breaks. They're still going on. The only thing that
Oh,
would actually stop it is if there's like a legitimate foul,
gotcha.
not
That's interesting.
not a type of foul. I'm talking type of foul. I kept getting flagged on the street for that. I'm so upset. That's so petty.
So that's an interesting take. So
Yes.
the ball goes in the basket. The
Defense picks it up. They have to clear it outside the 3-point line, and now they have
mhm.
offensive possession.
That's an interesting perspective. So
They play the 21,
I did see
um,
that.
and you have to win by 2.
I like the win by two. I wish it was a
Of course,
checking. I mean,
ones and twos, of course.
of course, which is the way it's supposed to be.
Of course.
Um, so I wish there was a checking of the basketball, but I do like the speed of it. I guess
The
the
speed
one
is
thing is,
is really, really fast. I kind of wish
I
we
guess
would play 3-on-3 like that.
I like the checking of the ball though. The only,
I
only
like
reason
it
I like the
because
checking.
because I'm always on defense.
Uh, I got what you're saying.
Like,
I guess.
you can celebrate making a big shot, but like you need to get back on defense like right away.
I mean, luckily it's only half court, right? But I guess the good thing is, it's like if you make a basket under the rim, you can now kind of just play under the rim, or whatever it is
Yeah.
that you know.
So you have to allow the defense to get possession of the ball. They
Okay,
can't
so you
just
have
like
to
score the
allow them.
basket, grab the ball, and keep like that. Be kind of
Well, no, 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 no. That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking more of the person goes to grab the rebound, and then like then the person who is on offense just immediately just tries to, like, oh my God, they touched it, and
no. They
grab
have to
it, kind
allow
of
the defense to clear the rebound.
catch it.
So they have to
Okay,
actually clear the rebound, and then you'll
okay.
be able to do stuff with it.
That sounds pretty. Okay, that sounds better. What's
Yeah, it
the
was
is
fun.
there a
So,
shot clock or?
yes, I believe it's a 12-second shot clock.
That's pretty good.
But by the
Well,
time they get the ball cleared out, like they're already ready
yeah,
to
it's like
shoot like
seven,
within
8 seconds left. Yeah.
yeah, it's like 7 or 8 seconds left, and
Goodness.
they're already taking a shot.
Wow, that's
But I had
awesome.
a chance to watch the U.S. team face off against China.
Mhm.
Um, they actually are playing Japan today, actually, so that should be a pretty fun one. And of course, they're in Block A.
Oh, that's awesome. Any notable players?
I I didn't even care. I was just enjoying it too much to even care. I'll be honest with you.
I understand. No, no, I get it completely. Well, that's
I'll
awesome.
be honest
And I
with you,
mean,
folks. Like
and
that's how engaging it was to me, is the fact that I didn't care who was on the court.
yeah, and I mean that's the good thing is that I honestly you have the big three, which is Ice Cube's production, right? Kind of highlighted 3-on-3 basketball, which makes sense. And I don't think they do the rules like that. It's a little different. But and who knows? Maybe they'll change it to make it become like that, to make it more competitive. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to see it because there are some people who aren't good at 5-on-5 basketball, right?
Nope.
So this might open it up for maybe we'll see a little white man can't jump 2-on-2.
Yep. Now I don't think the men's have a 3-on-3 team, but I think
Hmm.
next Olympics, I think we should
We should, right?
absolutely have it. In fact, I would love street ballers to be the one to do the
Mm.
3-on-3 for the men's.
If they're still out there, I mean, I don't even know. Like that would be a great qualifying tournament. You think about the tournament leading up to who's going to be the first 2-on-2 or the first 3-on-3 team. That would be an excellent tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see that as well. That would be good. Any other notable games? One that I'm I'm gonna try to watch if I get a chance, and it's actually coming on today. I gotta see, and that's archery. So
Yes. Uh,
I I think it happened already. Actually, I
yeah,
missed
it
it.
already happened already, and South Korea like defeated
Well,
everyone almost free.
and then so it's funny because if people don't know, I watch Korean dramas with my wife, and I always see once every, I would say, 3 or 4 shows, there's something about archery, where there's somebody who either shoots an arrow, and I myself am definitely interested in going. I think I might do that for my birthday this year. I might try to get into the archery. But they really, really take it seriously. They really are good. And I know we talked about this as far as resources, in specific areas. And I know I didn't even know what archery was. I wish I would have known what archery was in Jersey City. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You
And I
know,
actually still want to go out and do archery with
uh,
that guy right there.
well, I might do it in 1 month and 2 days. So,
He really put that out there, folks.
just in case
But
anybody
we,
wants
we
to
we did
cash
have a
out
lot
the
of
old doc.
firsts. Oh my gosh, we did have a lot of firsts.
Yes.
Um, we had skateboarding, which is now an Olympic event in Summer Games,
That's
so
got to
that
be good.
happened.
Hmm.
Big shout outs to Eaton Jagger, who came out with bronze in that game.
Well, sometimes you got to
Japan, I believe,
move like
had
Jagger.
the gold. We had ourselves another first. We had the first American to win the fencing for the women's side, which is pretty awesome.
Again, fencing, I mean, it depends on where you live, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe it's just one of those things. Even though, like, I know it's something that we don't take seriously, at least in a lot of urban area, but
I was
freaking
gonna say a lot of urban areas. Yep.
handball. Maybe as a kid you just kind of just jump into it, but you don't really think. Or we played Wallsies, maybe. We just said
Ballsies,
forget the tapping of the
which
hand.
I think that should be a great event. I think ballsy would be amazing.
Oh my God, the Olympic Wallsies champion.
I would come out of retirement to play ballsies. You kidding me?
Yeah, I haven't played that in so
But
long. Oh
big
my
shout out
God.
to Lee Kiefer of Cleveland, Ohio, for winning gold in the fencing games. And
No,
we
that's
had another
awesome.
first, the first Olympian to win from America Taekwondo.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, you talk about someone being hype, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anastasia Zoltik, Zolotic was hype,
I'll tell you.
absolute energy, and I loved it. I
Oh
loved it.
yeah. You can't teach that. You can't
And you
teach that.
can't teach that. But you know what you
That's awesome.
can teach? We had brothers and sisters, the
Oh.
Abe siblings, Hifumi and Uta Abe, winning gold for Japan in the judo competition.
Mm.
I mean, Doc likes to talk about, Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar dominance. They were dominant. It was very intriguing to watch.
Now, and you know what? I'm happy that you're saying this good stuff from some of our American entrants, because over the weekend there was a lot of negative talk about our beloved favorite, I guess, gymnastics team.
Oh my god.
Um, I mean, they were really trying to get after how they had a slow start or slumped a little bit. Like, I'm just like,
You
yo,
realize that it's all about creating drama. So if they
oh my
overcome,
God.
you
I,
realize that is exactly what American media is.
I mean, I saw, and it's funny because right after I saw that, there was a clip of Simone Biles freaking doing a first pitch at a baseball game, and
Hmm.
before she throws the freaking ball, she does a like corkscrew flip, no, start. It was just like standing. I'm just like, oh my God, like that alone should win an award for the best first pitch ever. Like it was just so good, but I was so disappointed in the media. Like, that was so,
I'm not, because that's exactly what I expect them to be. I'm not surprised with the media anymore.
that's so Bush
I'm
League.
not. And I've been telling you this.
No, it's
I
Bush
have been
League.
telling you this.
Hmm.
But
But go ahead.
one more thing, because this was something that Doc actually really, really enjoyed, and he said he wanted to get back into it, so I'm going to
Yeah.
mention it.
Yep. Yep.
Team rowing.
Yeah. I
The
think.
Americans qualify for the gold medal game yesterday.
So that's something that I do. I mean, obviously not for us, but like in certain areas in New Jersey, I think rowing was a big thing. I mean, nobody's rowing on the Hudson from my
You do know that Simpsons episode was based off of what's happened in the Hudson River, right?
right. Nobody's rowing in the Hudson, but I mean that's awesome though. I think that's definitely something that would be interesting to do as an adult, join a rowing team. And I know I did watch a documentary once where they did row. I think they rowed to raise money or something like that. But
Yep.
yeah, that would be pretty awesome to do. But
Yeah. So I actually
congratulations to
watched
them.
the women's 8 rowing,
Hmm.
which
And
they
you got to be in
defeated
sync,
Russia and Australia.
and you have to be in extreme sync because one false step and that thing could either tip over. You could
Hmm.
lose control of the actual, like the person in the front has to do their own thing, and then everybody has to pull, or that thing could sway, right?
Yep.
It could flip, it could stop altogether because of the mechanics. Like it all has to. It's almost like, I mean, I know we use it very often, but poetry in motion when you're rowing,
Absolutely.
and one false step and it's over.
I would say this though. I agree with everything that you say. I also would say it's pacing too.
Oh
Like you
yeah,
can't you
yeah.
can't you know throw it all out there in the first
Mm,
few hundred kilometers.
nope.
Like you're just going to be absolutely exhausted, which I think kind of what happened. Oh, it was Romania. I'm sorry, it wasn't
Hmm.
Russia. Romania, which is
Romania.
also a really really solid team for what I was able to see from some of their other heats. But uh, United States was in second for like a good portion of it, and then once they had to turn it up, they just turned that thing up. I'm like, wow, Doc would be absolutely just grinning like a schoolgirl right here.
And it might just be a matter of me just putting on my Spectrum app over here and just keeping it on all day and just watching. Because
Which I
this is, I
think you
mean,
should.
yeah, I might just do that, just turn it on and just watch. Because, like I said, there are certain games, I think I said this last week, there are certain games that I really just want to get into and see what people are doing. But um, it's things that the main storyline is the men's five basketball team. Um, you know, it's very unfortunate, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Like I watched
Um,
Watch Mojo, and of course this isn't an endorsement for their channel, but if you like their stuff, make sure you like and subscribe to them. But before you do that, make sure you like and subscribe to us, because that's
oh yeah,
important.
be Mr. 9000, me, Mr.
About
or Mrs. 9000.
controversies in Olympic history. They of course they talked about Roy Jones and of course the
Hmm.
Berlin Games, which is number one and whatnot. Like there are more important things for them to be talking about. And I mentioned before the call, we have our first transgender Olympians in this particular games, which is pretty insane. But I'm going to give everyone a quick medal count update. Right now, China is leading with 18 medals, 6 gold.
Mm.
The United States is right behind with 14, with 7 gold. And Japan is on the heels with 13 medals, with 8 gold.
That's crazy. Let me see what they got here. What is it that China is dominating at? Can you I'm looking at this thing and
Uh-huh.
it's just numbers. It's numbers everywhere. I can't lie to you.
So when you say dominating, what do you mean?
So I guess what are they getting gold at? Like, so China has,
They got one in shooting, 3 in weightlifting, 1 in diving, 1 in fencing.
I see it now. I see it. Wow. Shooting.
And just to be that person and put it all out there, United States have 2 gold medals in swimming, 3 in shooting, which was actually really impressive. I believe someone actually got in the record in shooting.
Hmm.
1 in fencing, like I mentioned, 1 in taekwondo, which I mentioned, and of course the bronze, which was in skateboarding.
So the shooting, you mean the Shane or William, the air rifle?
Mm-hmm.
What's a skeet man? That's the
Yeah,
same
and
shit.
the skeet, I believe, just happened today, actually.
Wow. And then you mentioned Eaton Jagger.
Yep.
You got to move like Jagger. Let's see. Okay, well that's awesome. And I mentioned last week the relay races are usually pretty good. I think I watched that one on Instagram. And it's always amazing to watch them like people run, man. They just be moving so fast. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get off and I'm gonna put it on my tablet so that I don't miss any more action. But I know you heard this podcast on your favorite podcast platform. If you didn't, you can always go to our website at www.debateamongstfriends.com to listen to this episode as well as all of the others. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we dive back into some more of the college and NFL news. Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you'll find Debate Amongst Friends. But tune in tomorrow for more news, more analysis, and the reads.
What you gonna do when Doc's 24-inch pythons go wild on you?
Ah.